It all began on a chilly evening when the internet erupted in heated debates over an incident that no one had anticipated. Carrie Underwood, the country music sensation, had just delivered a stunning live performance at a high-profile charity gala. Her voice soared through the venue, captivating the audience and leaving many in tears. The event, aimed at raising funds for children's education, was a massive success, largely thanks to Carrie's heartfelt performance. However, not everyone shared the same sentiment. The following morning, a popular liberal TV host, known for his controversial and often biting commentary, decided to critique the performance during his show. The host, Ryan Malone, dismissed Carrie's performance as overly dramatic and outdated, making light of her emotional connection to the cause. "What is this? A talent show from 2005? He mocked, his audience laughing along. But what sparked outrage was his next comment. "Maybe stick to country fairs and save us all the theatrics." The clip of Ryan's remarks quickly went viral, drawing mixed reactions from viewers. While some of his fans applauded his humor, others were outraged by his blatant disrespect. Social media platforms were flooded with hashtags like #RespectCarrie and #RyanApologize. Many pointed out Carrie's long-standing dedication to charitable causes and her role as a beloved figure in country music. Fans rallied behind her, demanding an apology from Ryan, but he doubled down, tweeting, "Relax, it was a joke. Learn to take criticism, people." Carrie herself remained silent initially. Known for her grace and professionalism, she chose not to engage in public debates. However, behind the scenes, she was deeply hurt. Her performance at the gala wasn't just another gig, it was personal. She had shared a story about her own struggles growing up in a small town with limited resources, hoping to inspire others to support the cause. To have that mocked on such a public platform felt like a betrayal, not just to her, but to the children she was trying to help. As the controversy grew, so did the stakes. Prominent figures from the music industry, celebrities, and even fellow performers began to weigh in. Many defended Carrie, calling Ryan's remarks unprofessional and mean-spirited. Country music legends like Reba McEntire and Tim McGraw voiced their support for Carrie, emphasizing her genuine commitment to her craft and her charitable efforts. Still, Ryan refused to back down, seemingly enjoying the attention the controversy brought to his show. But what Ryan hadn't anticipated was Carrie's quiet determination. After days of enduring the backlash and seeing her character questioned, Carrie decided to take a stand. Not for herself, but for every artist who had ever been ridiculed for pouring their heart into their work. She consulted her legal team and, to everyone's shock, filed a defamation lawsuit against Ryan Malone. The news broke like wildfire, leaving the entertainment world stunned. Carrie Underwood sues TV host for mocking performance became the headline of the day, and the story took on a life of its own. Carrie's decision was seen as bold and unprecedented. While celebrities often face criticism, few ever take such drastic measures. Fans and critics alike were eager to see how this David and Goliath battle would unfold. Carrie's lawsuit wasn't just about seeking damages, it was a message. Her legal team argued that Ryan's remarks went beyond mere criticism and ventured into defamation, damaging her reputation and undermining her philanthropic efforts. The lawsuit also highlighted the broader issue of online and media-driven bullying, calling for accountability in the entertainment industry. Carrie's move was praised by many as a stand against the toxic culture of tearing down public figures for sport. As the court date approached, the world waited with bated breath to see how Ryan would respond. Would he apologize and settle, or would he fight back, turning the case into a drawn-out legal battle? One thing was clear. This was no longer just about a few harsh words. It had become a cultural moment, a fight for respect, and a lesson in the power of standing up for oneself. The legal battle between Carrie Underwood and Ryan Malone quickly became the talk of the town, dominating headlines and sparking intense debates on social media. Carrie's lawsuit wasn't just a stand for herself, but also a broader statement against public figures using their platforms to degrade others. Fans rallied behind her with unwavering support, sharing stories of how Carrie's music and philanthropy had touched their lives. The hashtags Stand with Carrie and sought justice for Carrie began trending, while some even started online petitions demanding an apology from Ryan. Meanwhile, Ryan Malone, true to his controversial nature, did not back down. He dismissed the lawsuit as a stunt during his show, laughing off the accusations. "It's just free publicity for her next album," he quipped, earning chuckles from his loyal audience. But behind the scenes, Ryan's legal team scrambled to put together a defense. They claimed his comments fell under freedom of speech and that he was entitled to his opinion as a critic. However, public sentiment didn't align with Ryan's nonchalant attitude. Many felt his remarks had crossed a line, targeting Carrie on a personal level rather than critiquing her performance. As the case gained traction, several industry figures began to weigh in. Journalists, artists, and media personalities dissected the implications of Carrie's lawsuit. Some argued that it could set a dangerous precedent, potentially silencing critics and comedians. Others, however, saw it as a necessary step toward holding media figures accountable for their words. Carrie's decision was also applauded by fellow musicians who had faced similar public ridicule. Prominent artists like Taylor Swift and Kelly Clarkson publicly voiced their support for Carrie, calling her brave and an inspiration. Amidst the growing tension, Carrie remained composed and focused. She released a heartfelt statement explaining her decision to take legal action. "This isn't about silencing critics," she wrote. "It's about standing up for respect and dignity. Words have power, and when used carelessly, they can harm more than we realize. This is for every artist, creator, and individual who has been publicly ridiculed for their passion and hard work." The statement resonated deeply with her fans and the broader public. People began sharing their own experiences with online bullying and criticism, drawing attention to the toxic culture that Carrie was fighting against. The case soon became more than just a lawsuit. It was a movement. Celebrities from various industries, including Hollywood actors and sports stars, expressed solidarity with Carrie, highlighting the importance of mental health and respect in the public sphere. Ryan Malone, however, remained defiant. He continued to address the lawsuit during his show, often making snide remarks about Carrie's supporters. But his once loyal audience began to dwindle. Sponsors started pulling out, citing the controversy as a distraction. Ryan's network, too, faced backlash for allowing him to perpetuate the feud. The tables were turning, and Ryan was slowly realizing that he might have underestimated the impact of his words. As the case prepared to go to court, the stakes couldn't have been higher. Both sides assembled star-studded legal teams, with high-profile lawyers known for handling celebrity cases. The media buzz was relentless, with daily updates and speculation about the outcome. People across the country tuned in, eager to see how the courtroom drama would unfold. Carrie remained steadfast, drawing strength from her fans and supporters. For her, this wasn't just about winning a legal battle. It was about sending a message. Respect and dignity weren't just optional, they were essential, especially in a world where public figures often bore the brunt of cruel and unnecessary criticism. As the trial date approached, it became clear that this case would be a turning point, not just for Carrie and Ryan, but for the entire entertainment industry. The courtroom was packed on the first day of the trial, with media crews stationed outside, capturing every moment of the high-profile case. Fans of Carrie Underwood gathered in support, holding signs that read, "Respect artists," and "Words matter." Inside, the atmosphere was tense, as both sides prepared for what would undoubtedly be a battle of principles, reputation, and accountability. Carrie's legal team opened the proceedings with a powerful statement. Her attorney, a well-respected figure in the entertainment industry, emphasized how Ryan Malone's comments had crossed the line from criticism to personal attack. The legal argument centered on defamation and emotional distress, supported by evidence of the severe backlash Carrie had faced online after Ryan's remarks aired. Screenshots of cruel tweets, hateful messages, and memes mocking Carrie were displayed as exhibits, painting a stark picture of the fallout. Carrie herself took the stand on the second day, her composure unwavering as she recounted how the incident had affected her. She spoke of the sleepless nights, the anxiety of facing the public, and the hurt of having her talent reduced to ridicule. "Criticism is part of being an artist," she said, her voice steady but filled with emotion. "But this wasn't criticism. It was humiliation. And it didn't just hurt me. It sent a message that it's okay to tear someone down in front of millions." Her testimony struck a chord with the jury and the public. Clips of her heartfelt words quickly went viral, with hashtags like "We Stand with Carrie" gaining renewed traction. Even those who had previously dismissed the case as a publicity stunt began to reconsider their stance, realizing the broader implications of the trial. Ryan Malone, on the other hand, seemed less prepared for the gravity of the situation. His legal team argued that his comments were protected under freedom of speech, framing the lawsuit as an overreaction. Ryan himself took the stand on the third day, his demeanor cocky and unapologetic. He claimed his remarks were meant to be satirical and accused Carrie of being overly sensitive. "It's just entertainment," he said, shrugging dismissively. "If people can't take a joke, that's not my problem." But Ryan's flippant attitude didn't sit well with the jury or the public. Under cross-examination, Carrie's lawyer pressed him on the intent behind his remarks, highlighting the personal nature of his insults. When asked if he understood the impact his words had on Carrie and others, Ryan's evasive answers only seemed to reinforce the perception that he lacked remorse. As the trial progressed, Carrie's legal team presented expert witnesses to testify about the psychological effects of public humiliation and online bullying. One psychologist explained how Carrie's experience could lead to long-term emotional scars, not just for her, but for anyone facing similar ridicule in the public eye. The testimony was compelling, further strengthening Carrie's case. Meanwhile, Ryan's reputation continued to unravel outside the courtroom. Former colleagues and industry insiders began coming forward with stories of his abrasive behavior and past controversies. Sponsors who had initially distanced themselves from the trial now publicly condemned Ryan's actions, withdrawing their support entirely. His network issued a statement acknowledging the seriousness of the case, but it was too little, too late. Ryan's once thriving career was now hanging by a thread. The trial became a turning point, not just for the parties involved, but for the broader conversation about accountability in the media. News outlets and talk shows debated the case's implications, with many acknowledging the need for greater respect and responsibility in public discourse. The courtroom drama captivated the nation, with each day's proceedings sparking new discussions and shifting perspectives. As closing arguments loomed, the stakes couldn't have been higher. For Carrie, this was about more than just winning a lawsuit. It was about standing up for herself, her fellow artists, and anyone who had ever been made to feel small. For Ryan, it was a fight to salvage what remained of his career and reputation. The nation waited with bated breath to see how it would all end. The courtroom was silent as the jury returned with their verdict. All eyes were on the foreperson as she rose to deliver the decision. Carrie Underwood sat at her table, her hands clasped tightly together, while Ryan Malone shifted uncomfortably in his seat. The nation held its breath, eager to see how this high-stakes battle would conclude. The foreperson announced the verdict. The jury had ruled in favor of Carrie Underwood. The courtroom erupted into murmurs and gasps as the judge proceeded to read the full decision. Ryan Malone was found guilty of defamation and ordered to pay a substantial sum in damages. The amount, though undisclosed at first, was later revealed to be several $1,000,000, a clear statement about the cost of reckless and harmful words. Carrie closed her eyes for a moment, letting out a deep breath of relief. Her legal team smiled and patted her on the back, while the supporters in the courtroom broke into quiet applause. For Carrie, this victory was about more than just monetary compensation. It was a validation of her dignity and a reminder that even celebrities deserve respect and fairness. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed as Carrie addressed the media. She spoke with grace and humility, thanking her fans for their unwavering support and emphasizing that the case wasn't just about her. "This is a win for anyone who's ever been publicly shamed or humiliated," she said. "We all deserve to be treated with kindness, no matter who we are." Meanwhile, Ryan Malone left the courthouse through a side exit, avoiding the cameras. His downfall had been swift and public, Once a prominent TV host, he now faced not only financial ruin, but also the collapse of his career. Sponsors had dropped him, his network had terminated his contract, and his reputation was in shambles. The case had served as a powerful reminder that words have consequences, especially when they're wielded irresponsibly. In the weeks following the trial, the verdict sparked a national conversation about the importance of accountability in media and entertainment. Talk shows, podcasts, and social media platforms buzzed with discussions about the fine line between criticism and cruelty. Many praised Carrie for standing up for herself and using her platform to shed light on a pervasive issue. Carrie, for her part, continued to focus on her music and her fans. The trial had been a challenging chapter in her life, but it had also made her stronger. She channeled her emotions into her art, releasing a heartfelt song that resonated with millions. The track, inspired by her experience, became an instant hit, topping the charts and earning her critical acclaim. As for Ryan Malone, his fall from grace served as a cautionary tale. Despite his attempts to rebuild his image, the damage was done. The public had little sympathy for someone who had used his platform to tear others down. He faded from the spotlight, replaced by voices that championed positivity and respect. In the end, Carrie Underwood's victory wasn't just hers alone. It was a triumph for everyone who believes in standing up for what's right. Her story inspired countless people to speak out against injustice, proving that even in the face of adversity, dignity and grace can prevail. The verdict marked the end of a painful journey for Carrie, but also the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by resilience, empowerment, and hope.